All right, y'all, Water God TV, we back with another one. And this is big, right? So I did some previous videos. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, man, and hit that like button if you like content like this. I did 2 videos where I explained, number one, the boule, okay? I talked a lot about Steve Copley, who mentioned that it's always the establishment that gets, black education, the educated blacks, to do the dirty work, okay, to try to influence the 90% of blacks. And in this video where I'm going to show you guys, okay, is that exactly what I said in my previous videos, exactly what it is. And check out the video. I'm gonna put it here. I'll put it up at the end of the screen. But check out my video that I did about how Fani stole her boss's job, okay? But George Soros is behind this whole thing, right? Just like I said, I said in the video that the Democratic Party is behind this. Fani is not just doing this herself, okay? She's a part of the boule. The boule is where the establishment can select certain people to do certain things for them, and they like to use black faces for things. And these black people is people that you have to know that is not right, because they are being paid. They are being puppets. And she went in her video before when she was talking to Miss Karen Reed. She was talking about how she's not paid. We know she will lie. Okay, so all of this that's coming out is going to explain to y'all. Okay, we're going to shout out to Doug in Exile. Okay, it's going to explain how George Soros is behind all of this, just like he was behind the Black Lives Matter movement, just how they're behind using black people as puppets to get whatever agenda they're trying to get passed. Okay, so make sure you get your free water test at envirely.com. Here we got Mr. Pollock. He had a cornfield. He took advantage of a free water test from us, and this is what we found in this water. We found sulfur, we found hardness, and we solved these problems with an easy fix of 2 tanks. So get your free water test today. Stay blessed. Click the link below. We're going to watch this video. I'm going to give y'all my commentary, and check this out, man.
Politics. Wait till you see the stinky trail of money that's funding Fani Willis. It goes all the way up to the evil one. Here's his life has been upended by unwarranted and meritless charges filed by District Attorney Willis. Poor Schaefer, this guy. And Fani Willis, that she does not have the legal authority or jurisdiction to even pursue, the filing states. Now, here's David Schaefer's Twitter. So this is the defendant, right? One of the 18 defendants that she nailed with Rico charges. Schaefer writes, "We today filed 5 motions in Fulton County case, including this new 229-page motion to disqualify Fani Willis for a continuing pattern of forensic prosecutorial misconduct." Now, I'm not going to read all of those 229 pages, but I could do a show every day for a year just on this document. Here's the front of the page, okay? In the Superior Court of Fulton County, State of Georgia. This is State of Georgia versus David J. Schaefer. With defendants, Defendant David J. Schaefer's motion to disqualify the district attorney for Fulton County, Georgia, Atlanta Judicial Court, and the district attorney's office from further prosecution of this action and for an evidentiary hearing. So now Fani Willis, all these people she called up that they just threw out in bulk with Rico charges, now every one of them can come back after her and say she should be removed for her corruption, taking money from the government, spending it on herself to go after Trump. Quote, "If I were to comment on any open case, it would be a reason to conflict my office out. That is, there'd be so much conflict that this office should be removed if they commented on an open case." Who said this? Fulton County District Attorney Fani T. Willis, November 14th, 2023. Emphasis added. Well, she commented on an open case, and by her own standards, it is reason to conflict her office out. off the case. This is to the reporter of the Washington Post. Number one, introduction and background. The Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis has engaged in a pattern of prosecutorial forensic misconduct, which compels her disqualification from the prosecution of this case, as well as the disqualification of her entire office and prosecution staff. All of the causes for the disqualifications are self-inflicted blows. That was you, Fani Willis. You did this to yourself. We got to find the enemy. You know who the racist is? Look in the mirror.
Now, we see what it is. How she tried to play the race card. She already knew George Soros is funding her. In the video, y'all got to check out my video where I talked about, you know, her path to getting to a district attorney. She said she had 12 elected officials, Democratic elected officials that was supporting her. Why were they Democrat? Because she was already in bed with George Soros. He was already a part of this. They already had this plan. They just needed the face, okay? They needed her, and she played along with it like, you know, not
the
smart.
bad guy racist that destroyed your own career. Straying wildly from the legal guardrails, which are designed to protect the accused from improper blah, blah, blah. That's just the beginning of the 299-page document. Here's Technofrog on Twitter. New details alleged against Fulton County DA Fani Willis.
Now, think about this for a second now. The New York mayor, he was looked at for improper use of funds. You got Fani Willis. You got Tiffany Henyard. All of these Boule members, right, are being looked at with illegal use of funds. So they're being played, but they are part of the Boule, so I got no respect for them. I understand that they are playing on the side and they're probably just trying to get their riches. You're probably getting some money, but they being used and played. So it's like when you want to join a society and you think you getting above because you want to be in the house while everybody else in the field. This the kind of stuff that's gonna happen to you.
They're new. It's like this is a fire hose that will not end against this woman. Witnesses will testify she, quote, cohabitated, unquote, with Nathan Wade despite her denials at her home. So she claimed, remember, she said, this isn't corrupt because I fell in love with Nathan Wade after I hired him. And now we're finding out that's a lie. They have witnesses that said she and Nathan Wade were living with each other, cohabitated with each other before he was hired. Did she lie under oath? That's a felony.
Now, I said in the video, I said, I believe that she was messing with him way before what she was saying, because I don't think you would have just accepted him out of the blue. So they saying they got witnesses that will testify that she cohabitated with this man. Y'all see how she a lie right in front, like she'll give you a lie. Like, I don't believe nothing this woman's saying, man.
Relationship began in 2019. She's claiming it happened in 2020 or 22. To maybe 3 years before Willis Wade says it began, and before Wade's 2021 appointment. Ooh, she's just done, guys. She's cooked. It gets worse for her every day. She has told so many lies. Now, here's that legal document. Notably, Wade's affidavit proves that a hearing in this matter is needed. For example, if Mr. Roman, remember this is Roman, is the other defendant that went after Fani Willis and initially wanted this thing dismissed, was permitted to cross-examine Nathan Wade, he could ask questions such as the following. In paragraph 17 of your affidavit, you swore that you met Miss Willis in October of 2019. Isn't it true that you began more than just a friendship at that conference? In paragraph 31 of your affidavit, you swore that you've never cohabitated with Miss Willis, but the attached documents show you shared a king-size bed with her in Aruba from November 1st to November 4th. Additionally, witnesses will testify that you cohabitated with Miss Willis at her home in South Fulton. You lived there, buddy,
until
her father moved in with her. And then he began to cohabitate at the apartment of a friend of hers in East Point. More on Techno Frog. Witness will testify that DA Fani Willis cohabitated in an Airbnb. That was paid for by taxpayer money. The safe house was also a romantic getaway. She guilty of corruption. She has to get removed and her whole office removed. Additionally, witnesses will testify that you cohabitated with Miss Willis at an Airbnb in Hapeville that was paid for by taxpayer money to serve as a safe house for you and Miss Willis. Wade started divorce proceedings the day after he was hired as special prosecutor on the Trump case. The divorce turned contentious last year after Jocelyn Mayfield Wade, that's Wade's wife, complained that her husband had failed to disclose his finances, including income from working on the Trump case. He's a deadbeat dad and a deadbeat husband. Where's the feminists on this one? About anti-deadbeat dads. They're defending him. That's Democrats for.
Now he going a little too far on that. It ain't no witness that he's a deadbeat, but
they do not care about fathers. They do not care about deadbeat dads when it doesn't serve their political outlook. It is time for them to circle the wagons around Nathan Wade. He did nothing wrong, even though he was hiding income from his wife so that she would not get paid. He's stealing. Even the government money he's stealing. Whoopsie.
He's going too far with him.
Barry Littman just admitted Fani Willis is getting help from outside lawyers to write her court filings. Fani Willis
Look how happy this guy is.
Plagiarist.
Listen, so this is how George Soros in that white establishment, I ain't gonna say that. Steve Copley said it's like the Jewish establishment in black educated blacks. They recruit these guys. Y'all check out my video I did on how secret societies pimp women. They be in they throwing up them signs. This is the pool they select from to get people to do stuff like this. Even the fraternities for men. I was in college, and when I met the first year, I remember people was talking about, hey man, you can pledge for a fraternity when you're a sophomore. And I'm like, why would I want to join a group? I'm looking like, who would want to do that? You know, I was only in school for that 1 year, but they try to influence you to join these groups, and they do different hazing type of things, and you got to keep secrets and stuff like that. This is where they select people like this from, your college graduates. Okay, not to say that all of them are like with it, but they select their people to do their dirty work from these little secret organization groups that you see people throwing up all of these signs.
But wait till you hear the dark money, how evil, where it probably comes from. Here's the Midas touch, a bunch of liberal squares trying to defend the indefensible Fani Willis. This lawyer lets it slip out. He goes, look, Fani Willis, I just want you to know that her documents are so well written because she's getting help from an outside source. So that's not a Republican came up with this. This is a Democrat Marxist apparatchik that came up with this. Watch.
Recordings just got better. Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard. I'm so excited to announce.
So yeah, the writing's been splendid, notably so. This 176-page motion actually got an assist. We don't know, I don't know exactly who it was, but there have been some outside lawyers who've been joining the cause. You know, we have just everything is so different, and they're in a fishbowl. But that includes then people who want to be helpful if they can.
This document is so well written. It got an assist, he said. They just now said, look, someone outside is helping. What does that mean? Here's Jeff Carlson. We've been noting this for some time. On October 4th, 2021, Brookings and Eisen published a report titled Fulton County, Georgia's Trump Investigation, an analysis of the reported facts and the applicable law. Eisen also has long-standing ties to CREW, C-R-E-W, and 3 of Eisen's co-authors are directly employed by CREW. 2 others are employed by the Brookings Institute. Both entities also provide outside funding and staff support to the report. Okay, so he's just saying, look, here's the group of people that are helping on the legal side. One other notable founder was also involved, the Open Society Foundation. Oops. George Soros' funding vehicle. There you go, guys. The same guy that appointed her is funding all these lawyers to go after Trump through a dummy like Fani Willis, who can't even write her own legal documents, needs help by outside brainiacs that Soros is funding. Also means Soros, through Fani Willis and Nathan Wade, colluding with the White House Biden to go after an opponent. How's that for dirty, rotten expose right here in exile? The Eisen report lists 7 pages of, quote, key people, including all those indicted by Fulton County DA Fani Willis. What does this mean? What's the significance of that? This is the report. It was an action plan that the Eisen report put together. And it had the 18 Rico charges, the people they went after. So it would have Sidney Powell and Jenna Ellis and all of these names that are coming out were on that list. So they put together the hit list. Fani Willis wasn't smart enough to do it. Of course not. How would she know about what these people did? It's these brainiacs put it together, handed it to Fani Willis, and she aped it. They actually had, wait, let me read this next. The information provided by Eisen is so detailed and expansive that it appears Willis could have cut and pasted Eisen's work into her indictments. These are amateurs. At a bare minimum, it's clear that Willis had her hand held by outside lawyers and her throughout the entire process. Also notable are the overlapping dates of Eisen's reports and Willis's investigation. So as his reports came out, Willis's investigation comes out. And here's just a little tail note on that.
I think it's been solid, though. I have from the start thought, wow, charging it as a RICO has a lot of implications, and I care the most about speed. And I think that it's a big vehicle to try to lumber down the road and also be quick.
Whoops, I wanted speed and I added a bunch of RICO charges that slowed this thing the hell down. Good news for Trump, it's all slowed down and gummed up. Bad news for these effete Marxist swishes that are all going down. I'm dug in.
Okay, so there y'all see it, man. There y'all see it. So this is what Fani's dealing with. This is exactly to the T what I was saying in my videos. It was to the T that I'm telling you, it was a Democratic powerhouse that was funding all of this. This wasn't Fani's idea. Fani was just a face that's being used. Okay, so hey man, this lets you know that most blacks that are in this position that are Democrats, they are funded by George Soros. He's behind them doing what they do. That's where they're getting their campaign money from. When they campaign for stuff, they go to him and they follow all his rules so they can get the money. And then in turn, they gotta, rob the taxpayers' dollars, and they get put on blast. So let me know what y'all think about this video, man. I catch y'all in the next one. Peace and love.